Tonight, the powerful remembrance in Normandy for those who stormed the beaches on D-Day 80 years ago. President Biden joining other world leaders to honor the band of brothers who helped turn the tide of World War II and issuing a stark warning about current threats to democracy. We're with some of those D-Day heroes for what may be their final journey back to these shores. Also tonight from Normandy, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, one-on-one, talking the war in Ukraine, the rising toll in Gaza, and what he told me about his health after his secret hospitalization earlier this year. The deadly tornado outbreak across multiple states. While in the West, dangerous heat at a Trump rally in Phoenix, nearly a dozen treated for heat exhaustion. The deadly airstrike on a Gaza school, dozens killed, including children. Israel tonight calling it a precise strike. The dramatic testimony from Hunter Biden's former romantic partner and widow of his brother Beau, the new video of her throwing away Hunter's gun at the center of the case. The suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer charged with 2 more murders and the disturbing blueprint allegedly found on his computer. And the 21-gun salute honoring more than 4,000 Allied troops killed 80 years ago. The numbers that tell the story of D-Day.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening and welcome. And to the heroes of D-Day who we celebrate today, thank you. It's where we start tonight, 80 years after the daring American-led assault on the beaches of Normandy, France, that turned back the tide of Nazi tyranny. Allied leaders gathered today to pay tribute to D-Day veterans who risked it all in the name of freedom. Survivors of that harrowing day who fought their way off the beach as fresh-faced boys and young men returning to Normandy today as old men, but still in the eyes of so many, standing 10 feet tall. Speaking from the American cemetery near the graves of nearly 9,400 U.S. military dead, President Biden offering his salute to the gathered veterans, saying the Allied forces of D-Day did their duty. In a moment, part of my interview with Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin from Normandy. But first, here's Peter Alexander.
80 years later, where youthful bravery landed, today these last surviving heroes returned. Just above the shores where 150,000 Allied troops waded into the surf and were met by an endless barrage of Nazi bullets. From the president, a solemn tribute.
It's the highest honor to be able to salute you here in Normandy. Once more, all of you, God love you.
Fewer than 200 of America's sons who stormed these beaches on D-Day to help reclaim the continent from Nazi Germany are still with us. The commander-in-chief today greeting many of them, most wearing their uniforms, some in wheelchairs, and over 100 years old. President Biden touting the unified front of Western allies that succeeded on D-Day.
It was a powerful illustration of how alliances, real alliances, make us stronger. A lesson that I pray we Americans never forget.
On this anniversary, the president also harnessing the heroism of that day to highlight the urgent threat that hovers over Europe and the danger of a Russian victory in Ukraine.
Will we stand against tyranny, against evil, against crushing brutality of the iron fist? Will we stand for freedom? Will we defend democracy?
Among the most poignant and personal moments, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky embraced by a D-Day veteran.
Oh, you're the savior of the people.
We visited with Tom Hanks, who's helped tell the story of America's greatest generation.
We have a few men and women who I see as being 16, 17, 18, maybe 25 years old. Were it not for their choice to come and do the right thing 80 years ago, you and I would not be standing here right now.
And late today, we met 100-year-old Corporal Harold Terrence, who was just a 20-year-old kid from the Bronx when he landed here, and telling us about the memories that still haunt him.
War is disgusting. If you've ever been on the battlefield, you know, you have nightmares.
But this weekend marks a new beginning. Just miles from here, he'll marry his 96-year-old fiancée, trusting all the friends he lost will be with him.
I love each and every one of them. I just feel good coming here. It brings back unpleasant memories, but it makes me feel good that I haven't forgotten.